Thank you, Minister. Senator Canavan.
Thank you, Mr President. My question is to the Minister for Indigenous Affairs, representing the Minister for Resources, Energy and Northern Australia. Will the Minister update the Senate on its signature Northern Australia Infrastructure Facility? How will this create jobs and growth in my state of Queensland and right across Northern Australia?
The Minister for Indigenous Affairs, representing the Minister for Resources, Energy and Northern Australia, Senator Scullion.
I thank Senator Canavan for his question and acknowledge his long-standing passion for developing one of Australia's most promising regions. As the Senator is well aware, Northern Australia has a huge untapped potential. It has abundance of energy and resources and invaluable proximity to our key trading markets in Asia. The government is committed to partnering with the private sector to unlock this potential, creating jobs and growth right across Northern Australia. Last week, Minister for Resources, Energy and North Australia released the exposure draft of the enabling legislation for North Australia's infrastructure facility, which is a key part of the government strategy for developing North Australia. The facility will provide concessional loans to build economic infrastructure in energy, water, transport and communications, and will support the development of critical infrastructure in North Australia. It's expected to be on track, Mr President, by the 1st of July this year. The draft legislation will see an independent board made up of financial and infrastructure experts across a range of projects. Whilst decisions about funding of individual initiatives are obviously a matter for the board, recipient projects may include, to the delight of all Territorians and Queenslanders, the Mount Isa to Tennant Creek Railway, Townsville Port expansion, the expansion of the Outback Way, linking West Australia with Queensland. We're also encouraging private sector investment in North Australia by putting in place a range of services that will assist investors in their decision-making. An Office of the Major Project Approval Agency has already been established in Darwin. It's co-located with the Office of the North Australia, which is also recently moved to Darwin by this government, delivering more jobs for this city with so much great potential. The government is absolutely committed to proceeding with our agenda for North Australia as an area with the potential not only for development and industry, but as a hub for innovation and scientific research.
Thank you, Minister. Senator Canavan, supplementary question.
Thanks, Mr President. Can the Minister also advise the Senate on other ways in which the government is supporting investment and the development of critical infrastructure in Northern Australia?
Minister.
The government has been driving both international and domestic interest in investment in North Australia through a number of measures aimed at capitalising on North Australia's development potential and opportunities for the region to be an innovation hub. There was substantial interest, as many would know, in this place late last year when the Ministers for North Australia and Trade and Investment welcomed some 350 investors to Darwin to discuss a range of investment opportunities in the region. The government is also expanding its investment in key transport infrastructure through the 100 million Beef Roads initiative, and one understands with 11.7 million cattle in Northern Australia, nearly 45% of the national herd, cattle exports worth $3 million a year. These upgrades are critical to connect product with markets. The $600 million North Australian road package will partner with the three northern state and territory governments, in addition to the funds already provided through the nationwide investment in transportation infrastructure, including the $2 billion of upgrades for the Bruce Highway, demonstrate how we are supporting investment in Northern Australia.
Senator Canavan, final supplementary question.
Thank you, Mr President. Will the Minister also advise the Senate on the ways in which the government is capitalising on Northern Australia's potential as a hub for innovation and scientific research?
Minister.
The government is not only keen to see Australia as an area leading development and industry, we're passionate about supporting Northern Australia as the hub for innovation and world-leading research. We've recently appointed leading grazier John Wharton as an interim chair of the new Cooperative Research Centre for Northern Australia. This new CRC will encourage collaboration between research organisations and industry, will be focused on the food, agriculture and tropical health sectors. Beyond the work of the CRC, the government is investing in a renewed focus on tropical health and medicine. We recently committed $42 million to the Australian Institute of Tropical Health and Medicine at James Cook University for a range of research facilities. North Australia is the gateway to the tropics, which will be home to half the world's population by 2050. We are well placed to be a leader in tropical health going forward. Mr President, it is an exciting time to be in Northern Australia.